According to New York Times report, after first lifting limits on its missile range, Iran has quietly entered a new phase of missile production. Remember, in June, Iran fired roughly 500 missiles over 12 days. If conflict erupts again, Tehran basically plans to launch 2,000 at once.
There will be another war between Iran and Israel in 2026. This is no longer speculation. Analysts, diplomats, and senior officials are openly admitting it. The real question is why? Why would Israel push toward another war with Iran when the last one was devastating, costly, and nearly out of control? And if this war is coming, how will it unfold? What is Iran's endgame? Right now, inside Iran, something massive is happening. Satellite imagery and leaked intelligence reveal an unprecedented military buildup. Iran is not reacting anymore, it is preparing for a full-scale confrontation with Israel. And this time, there will be no surprise attack, no sucker punch. Iran is ready. The number of missiles Iran has stockpiled specifically for Israel is almost impossible to believe. But what's even more shocking is the rate of production. How many missiles Iran is manufacturing every single month? A number we are revealing for the first time on YouTube. And that's just one piece of the story. There are other major developments unfolding right now between Iran and Israel. Developments that raise a terrifying question. Could this be Israel's last war? So stay with me, because what you're about to hear is explosive. Some of it is too sensitive to share here. We risk getting banned. That's why the full details are posted on our Telegram channel. The link is below. See you there. Why did Israel attack Iran? No one on YouTube is saying the real reason. There are three major reasons, and they are not what you think. First, before October 7th, Israel was on the brink of a civil war. Netanyahu was facing multiple investigations, and radical factions inside Israel were close to turning on each other. So Netanyahu relied on an ancient strategy, purposeful distraction. Suddenly, no one in Israel was talking about corruption anymore. A man who could have been in prison was now leading a nation into war against Iran. For Netanyahu, war was not a choice, it was survival. The second reason had nothing to do with Iran's nuclear program. Israel's real target was Iran's missile program. Just before Israel attacked, Iran was producing 300 ballistic missiles every single month. To understand how extreme that number is, consider this. The combined monthly ballistic missile production of Russia, China, Pakistan, India, North Korea, Israel, and the United States was around 250 missiles. Iran alone was producing more ballistic missiles than the rest of the world combined. If Israel wanted to strike Iran's missile production facilities, there was only a small window of opportunity. Israeli leadership knew that window was about to close forever. So they attacked, hoping not only to cripple Iran's missile program, but possibly trigger regime change. More on that later. The third and final reason was Gaza. When gas prices rise 5 times overnight, and the risk of World War III or even nuclear war enters the conversation, people stop talking about Gaza. Win or lose, Netanyahu knew he would benefit. He was desperate. And more importantly, he believed that if things went too far, his ally Donald Trump would step in and save him. But what Netanyahu didn't understand was that he was about to trigger something both Israel and the United States would regret. Iran rebuilt every destroyed missile production facility, fast. Unlike Lockheed Martin's billion-dollar factories, Iran's missile facilities rely on cheap, simple machinery. In many cases, even civilians can operate them. That is Iran's real advantage. Its missiles are cheap, fast, precise, and easy to produce. Not only did Iran repair and rebuild its factories, it replaced all 600 missiles used during the 12-day war. But the truly terrifying part came next. Iran decided to go even further and did something no nation in history has ever done before. You may have heard Western intelligence warnings that Iran is receiving missile fuel materials, such as sodium perchlorate or ammonium perchlorate. Each shipment is estimated at around 2,000 tons, enough to build 500 solid-fuel mid-range missiles. And here's the part rarely mentioned. For every shipment Western agencies detect and publicly reveal, there are likely 2 more they never find. The bottom line is this: Iran is receiving enough material to produce 300 missiles per month. But the truly shocking part? Iran also produces these materials domestically, and even exports them. So why import more? Because right now, Iran is likely producing twice as many missiles as before in preparation for the next war. That means 600 missiles per month. Put that next to the rest of the world, about 250 ballistic missiles per month combined, and the picture becomes terrifying. And we haven't even reached the scariest part yet. What the world saw in the last war was only 25% of Iran's true missile capability. That means the next strike could be up to 8 times more destructive, especially now that Iran is doubling production. Last time, Iran was caught off guard. It took a sucker punch from both Israel and the United States. For 7 years, Israel had been producing drones inside Iran itself. Then tens of thousands of drones were activated, striking Iranian air defenses and missile launchers. The operation closely resembled Ukraine's FPV drone attacks on Russian bomber fleets and the attack on Crimean base, clear signs of cooperation and shared tactics. Having tens of thousands of FPV drones hidden inside your own country and Iranians working directly with Mossad made missile launches extremely dangerous. The moment a launcher was exposed, it could be destroyed by a small drone. That was Israel's most powerful weapon against Iran, internal sabotage. But that advantage is now gone. Iran has arrested most of those operatives. Drone factories have been dismantled. A new aggressive security doctrine is already in motion. Which means Israel's greatest edge over Iran no longer exists. But does that mean Iran will face no challenges in the next war? Let's find out. After 12 days of war, Iran understood one critical truth. Netanyahu was far more reckless than they ever imagined. Iran never truly believed Israel would dare to attack directly. That assumption is why Iran was still flying Vietnam-era fighter jets like the F-4. But that mindset has now completely changed. Iran has decided to become the most powerful air force in the region. I have a full video dedicated to that. Check the link below. But the most important development heading into 2026 is this. Iran may soon receive the S-400 air defense system, widely considered the most advanced air defense system in the world. When combined with China's HQ-9, along with multiple Iranian-made air defense platforms, Iran's defensive shield becomes dramatically stronger. And then there's the detail most people overlooked, the delivery of 7 MiG-29 fighter jets to Iran. Many dismiss this as insignificant, saying Iran already has MiG-29s, but they're missing the point. Iran's existing MiG-29s are among the oldest variants still in service, using technology from the 1970s. These new aircraft are MiG-29M and M1 variants, heavily modernized platforms capable of firing the R-77 air-to-air missile, one of the most dangerous missiles in the world, comparable to the AIM-120 AMRAAM. This also sends a clear signal. Russia can spare interceptor aircraft for Iran because Russia does not need them for defensive air combat in its own skies. With just 40 of these fighters, Iran gains enough power to seriously challenge Israeli air operations, especially since Israeli jets must carry external fuel tanks, making them heavier, slower, and far less efficient. And that's before factoring in S-400 and HQ-9 systems protecting Iranian airspace. But Iran's greatest advantage in 2026 isn't hardware, it's expectation. Iran now expects war. There will be no surprise attack. Iran's guard is up. Mossad networks inside Iran have been dismantled. Israeli drone factories have been destroyed. And Iran's missile arsenal has been massively upgraded. Israel is facing deep trouble. But here's the real danger. If Israel is defeated again, the United States may step in directly, using air bases in the UAE, Qatar, or Saudi Arabia. That would give Iran a legal justification to strike those countries. And yet, Iran has repeatedly refused to escalate that far. You saw this during Iran's strike on the US base in Qatar. 7 missiles were launched, but 3 hours before the attack, Iran sent a message to Qatari officials, giving them time to evacuate. No casualties. Iran's hardest challenge isn't Israel. It's fighting Israel and the United States, while regional governments openly support them. So what should Iran do? Should it level US bases across the Persian Gulf? Or should it still try to contain this conflict through diplomacy? Israel is paying influencers $7,000 to post lies. You can at least like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you support Palestine by empowering channels like ours. And don't forget to visit our Telegram channel for unfiltered content. Thank you for your support. This is East Wind Brigade, where our voices unite and we rise together.